Welcome back to my channel. It's dedicated towards creating narcissistic abuse awareness, more so from a biblical standpoint, and I'll also be discussing other general life issues. I'm continuing with what I'd studied on the ways in which a narcissist is developed. The second one I'm going to be looking at is excessive pampering. Usually people who are excessively pampering their children are actually not present. These are emotionally stunted parents. All they think about is, I want my child to look like me. My child must be better than everyone else. Assuming the child is beautiful, the parents will push this child to be on top of the game. And it's worse if both parents are narcissistic. They are pushing the child to be maybe a beauty queen. They pamper this child with excessive gifts. I mean, they buy them expensive items. The child should not be disciplined in any way. The child should not be asked to help around the house. The child is taught that other people must serve them. They shouldn't help anyone. Other people should come and help them. They meet the cream of the cream in society. They shouldn't associate with the low class, as in it is told to the child. The child is told to walk a certain way, go and shop in a particular place. At the beginning, it appears like these parents are caring, but healthy parents recognize this is not how you train up your child. And even if it was in religious circles, they do not want the child to associate with the rest. They can be church goers, and they want their child to be the one at the forefront of everything. You can see how they are dictating the life of a child. Many times you can think the child is getting it all, and I'll slot in this. I'll talk about it in another video, but I'm going to slot in this. This is why you see the golden child effect. The golden child effect. This is a child who never does wrong. The parents are living vicariously through this child. They are doing everything for this child. It's not for the child's good, rather for the parent to look good before other people. The child goes to such and such a school. The parent took them there. The dad or the mom took them there. The child shops from this. The child's parents shop from this store. It's all about the parents. It's all about the parents. The girl looks so beautiful like you, the mother. You find the child over time doesn't form an identity. Rather, they are identifying themselves with their parents. It is so difficult for this child to get an identity, and if not checked, the child also becomes abusive like them because they were unable to form an identity, given the fact that they were not mirrored. As the parents were looking at the child, doing everything supposedly for the child, from the outside, it appeared like the parents were doing everything. I mean, everything was on point. There are these families, you see, like the children are just perfect. That perfectionism is actually a dysfunctionality. When you start pulling back the onion, you will be shocked at the can of worms in there. You'll be shocked. The rot in there. And that is another identifying thing about this pampering. They pamper the children so much. The child has fallen. I mean, they are there to gather the child. They cannot let the child exercise. Oh, I've fallen, let me brush myself. No, they do it for the child. Once the child screams, I mean, everyone is there. It's like, hello, this person doesn't want to give me the toy. It's not the child's toy, but you find a parent going after this other child, a parent, an adult, going after this other baby to give them the toy, to give the toy to their own child. And they are going at it with the child. The child is like, no, it's mine. The parent is like, give it to my child. Learn to share. But the child has so many toys but can't give out any, yet wants for the others. And you find these parents are like, my child deserves that toy also. They are not teaching their children. The pampering, when you look into it, you realize these are emotionally stunted parents growing an emotionally stunted child. So parents, here is where you need to learn to discipline your children. Teach them respect. You don't teach adults respect. It's one of the biggest misconceptions out there, even with life coaches. I hear this with life coaches. Oh, you set the pace for people to respect you. No, you don't. That is a false sense of respect they'll give you, a false sense of respect you'll get. A person who is not respectful will not respect you. They will appear to be respecting you because you have said you want to be respected or you have drawn a line, but they do not respect you. Just because they want something from you, they are going to appear like they are respecting you. Respect is not taught in adulthood. If a child missed it in childhood, they are not going to acquire it in adulthood, because you are seeing this lack of respect or discipline in childhood. We are seeing the rise of entitlement. This is why people think they're entitled to come and take your property without asking. They can destroy it without, a care in the world. And what are you going to do about it? They are arrogant about what they are doing. They are name calling you. They are bashing you and your family, your friends. They are downgrading whatever effort you're bringing in. They downgrade your academic achievements because for them they were smart, because there are some narcissists who are really smart academically. Emotionally, they remain stunted. I was reading some article some time ago, and they're talking of the oldest known narcissist diagnosed after the age of 18. But the oldest known narcissist is about 10 to 11 years old. Think about it. The oldest non-narcissist. In other words, they are not talking about the chronological age of someone. We are talking about the emotional age. Most of these people are trapped toddlers in adult bodies. That's why you need to be very careful about whom you choose to settle down with. There are red flags. I talked about them in some other videos. Please look them up. And even other people. YouTube has so many people who are talking about narcissism today. Look up those red flags. And I encourage you to ask the Holy Spirit to guide you on which YouTube channel to go to. Because I know there are many people who are doing this, the very thing I'm doing. However, what entity are they relying on in the recovery process? Because some of them send you into another kind of demonic activity to recover. Parents, as you are pampering them, discipline them also, to avoid the mayhem we get in future. And the thing about the children is that as you're pampering them, they are growing that way. The child gets arrested at the brain stem. They do not develop. The brain synapses are not there. The myelin sheath is so thin or barely there. The child is not living their lives. They are living to please the parents. There is no personal stand. They cannot do anything without the parents' input. Everything is about the parents. So parents, learn to discipline your children. A parent who disciplines the child creates a healthy society tomorrow. Parents who are abusive cannot and do not teach children godly ways. They teach children through the entity of fear. Anything taught in fear is demonic. We always had this thing that you scare people into salvation. Those people did not get saved. I used to think, they got saved, they got saved. You don't create fear for people to get saved. God does not connect with fear. That is something church doesn't teach us, but instead encourages that you create fear and people get saved. That is not godly. That is not a godly thing. Fear is demonic. What moves God is faith, not fear. Church is promoting fear for people to get born again. That is not a godly thing. A parent who is in a constant state of fear, as narcissists are. They cannot teach faith. Children who get out of these homes, you find they have struggled to form an identity, and those who eventually prevail, you'll find are usually like the scapegoated children, or the commonly known as the black sheep of the family. So a parent or parents who pamper their children are not helping their children to grow in their own identity. Rather, they are living vicariously through these children. And you can find that they are there for the children. School days, sports days, you know, everything, they are there. And you can think the parent is present. They are physically present but emotionally absent. God connects with us at an emotional level. I used to hear this thing, those emotions of yours, God doesn't deal with emotions. I got to realize that is wrong. Actually, we meet God at the emotional level, not the intellectual level. No, it's at the emotional level. What is the attachment? The attachment is in the emotional stage. Without that attachment, you cannot meet God. And that attachment, like I said, is at the emotional level. Children who are being pampered, they are built to people please. As long as I'm pleasing my parent, I'll be in good books, I'm getting all these things. As time goes on, they get attached to these good things, they cannot let them go. So what gives them an identity? It's the good things. People see them and they identify them with the good things. The child has no internal network of giving them an identity, of giving them affirmation, of validation. Rather, everything must be from the outside to give them validation on the inside. That way, they have trained the child not to look within. Instead of who am I, rather now they are like, I'm wealthy because I have this car. I live in this neighborhood. I go to such and such a school. I have this. I have that. I have trips. I have this. The children are not being grounded. So, parents, I encourage you to see to it that excessive pampering is turned as discipline is introduced to the table for the betterment of that child and the healthy society tomorrow. I'll continue in the next video. Please don't forget to like. Thank you so much for watching. Blessings.